Real life boundary practice or stations. Using a mat, dog bed, dog cots, and this is where we want to teach our dogs this is a great place to be. It gives our dogs a safe focal point to hang out no matter where they are in the house. This is a great lesson to start with puppies. And one of the biggest benefits is initially teaching our puppy where they can settle down and just be calm. This is Hope. So she's just practicing. She has done this a few times. I'm just sitting at the computer. I'm asking her to go down, but initially you don't have to do that. And she does go away. I just wait a little bit for her to offer me the down, which she will. And then I can start reinforcing her. Something that you want to remember is that, so I am reminding her here, but something that you want to remember is to feed the mat. We want these stations to take on value. We want them to be like magnets. So we can do that just like we do with our animals, dogs, cats, food bowls. They become very important when you pick it up and they see them. So we're building the same thing with the mats. So now I'm going to start drip feeding. I'm actually practicing a little bit of getting up. Often our puppies want to pop up with us. And we can slowly practice getting up, which is what I'm doing. This is really, really easy to practice sitting at your computer. Really easy to practice when you're sitting on the sofa or on a chair, maybe scrolling through your iPad or phone. Maybe you're watching TV. It's quite easy to do, and we can use the time where we're just sitting to do some real life training. The more we practice this in real life, the more your dogs are going to repeat this and want to give this behavior to you. Once we teach our puppies the stations, and I get asked often, it can take on many forms. So it can be a mat. This is a mutt mat. We can use a dog bed. We can use a dog cot. We can put our dog beds on the furniture if that's what you are going to allow. You can have them in the kitchen so that you teach your puppy or your dog where they should be, and it prevents counter surfing. We can teach our puppies or dogs, this is where we want you to be when visitors come. Sometimes we need to start that one with in their crate when they're just little. We can also slap on a leash to this if we find that our puppies are popping up a little too often. They can get up, but you don't want them popping off the station all the time. So, and you want to continually feed sometimes and then stop. I am continually feeding here. I'm going to stop. I'm just grabbing some treats off the floor. So I am actually doing some real life training while I'm just sitting at the computer getting ready for live classes. And sorry, this is Joy. She's practiced this a few times. I just move my foot a little bit, and that's adding just a wee bit of a distraction. And I'm starting to drip feed. She's not quite as comfortable as I like her, so I am going to reset her. So I threw the treat off, told her she could get it, and she came right back to the mat. Is it because it's beside my chair? Maybe, maybe not. Now she's down a little more comfortable over on her one hip. And I can assure you this mat is pretty important. We've done some repetitions, not a lot. This is not a dog that lives with me. I've worked with her for maybe 4 or 5 weeks, once a week, maybe twice a week. But she does love this game. It is a game, so we're not putting any pressure on her. We're not forcing her on there. She's making the choice. Choice training is very helpful. Dogs just learn faster when there isn't a lot of pressure placed on them for doing the right thing. And she's watching me. Eventually, if you do this long enough, especially in the evening, which is a great time to practice this, when your puppy's likely tired for the day, and if you're thinking they're a little too active, this is exactly what you want them to do, to start focusing on just lying down beside you, and eventually they will calm down. It's almost like you need to show them how cool it is just to lie there and be calm. So I'm just drip feeding. And she can snuffle if there's one that's on the mat somewhere. It is about building value to the mat as well. We've also got an example of how we start incorporating our boundaries or stations into everyday life. All the good things happen on our boundaries,